Good evening, welcome to On the Level Racing channel. I could probably sit here for the next 2 or 3 hours and basically go through how bad we done today, and it was a terrible day. We had just a one winner in Lazuli. We didn't really get much run of the cloth, but there's no point worrying about spilt milk. It's happened. The Punches Down Festival is now finished. Which I'm very thankful for. I don't think it's anywhere near the standard of what Cheltenham produced. I was quite disappointed on quite a lot of the handicap marks that some of the horses actually got on the day. You know, and it showed with Rachel Blackmore. I mean, she had a great ride at Honeysuckle. I think it was her only winner. I think she had a couple of seconds today. Probably a couple of unlucky seconds, but she didn't ride with no motivation at all. Fair play to Willie Mullins. I think he had something in the region of nearly 20 winners or something over the week. Obviously, Paul Tannen, obviously crowned champion. Rachel didn't even get any close to him really, and I can't see her getting close next year either. I just think Willie Mullins has got too much firepower over. Obviously, she rides on Henry de Bromhead. She even rode for Willie Mullins today on Sayo, and she fell very quickly on Sayo. So anyway, straight over to obviously the Guineas Day, 2,000 Guineas. Very impressed with her Poetic Flair. Great training performance by Jim Bolger, and Kevin Manning took the prize. A great thrilling finish to the Guineas. It was nice to see. Just won by short head. So yeah, we might just crack on now, obviously to tomorrow, which is 1,000 Guineas day. I can't see no reason why we can't go through the card here. Not as predicting winners, but obviously I'm going to try and see what we can do. We need to turn around a very poor day today. Hopefully, the second day gets a bit more easier for us. I'm going to go straight into the obviously 115 at Newmarket. Very trappy affair here. We've got the likes of James Ferguson's put a horse in here. Icy Murphy obviously comes in for the ride. He had no ride today at all because he was riding over somewhere else. I think he's running at Thirsk. I think he picked up a couple of winners or a winner there. He rides here the Franklin Colt here on Francesco Guardi. Now, this horse has been put in at 15 to 8 favourite. Just a benefit of 3 runs, 1 over 7 furlongs on debut at Salisbury. We beat a horse called Lost in Space, and was beaten 4-4 when behind a horse called Forest Falcon and a novice stakes over a mile at Yarmouth last time out. That was back in September last year. The excuses for that, the horse basically for some reason jumped the path 5 furlongs out. And the hind links were sprawled quite badly, and it's fortunate that the horse wasn't injured for life there. It's good to see the horse back. Icy Murphy will take the ride again. That was of a mark of 93. Comes into this with a mark of 93. Probably very well handicapped. The reason why he's favourite. I think one at a price here could probably run well is Richard Hannon's horse here on Felton Cross. There has been a bit of money around for this horse over the last hour or so. He has come in from 20s into 12s, 14 in places. We would have to go back and a long way back now until June last year when he won a novice race over at Haydock over 6 furlongs. It wasn't the greatest field he beat, but again, he went away and he was the second outside of the field that day at 12 to 1. So really the price should not really put you off. As his career has progressed, he hasn't really... He run at Newbury in the handicap this year. This is on the back of the 16th of April, so it's only like a couple of weeks ago. Didn't show anything. Towards the rear, never on terms. That was under Pat Dobbs. He was 50 to 1 that day. I mean, like I said, he's about 14 to 1 some places. There is money around for the horses, but he's generally 12 to 1. He's 16 with William Hill. But William Hill hasn't been budged on him. but I don't think he's the outsider because this race is so open. Others have a look in here. Charlie Appleby's horse here, Western Sympathy or Symphony. Sorry. This will be the first run on turf. Last seen, we finished in second at Lingfield last time out over 1.25 miles. Beaten a nose to a horse called Pride of England of Clive Cox. Was a beaten 4-9 favourite that day. And it basically says here he hung very badly in the closing stages. That would be a little bit concerned, especially here at Newmarket, especially when you're at rising ground. He could go through that phase again. Richard Hannigan has got another horse in this race called Riven Olwen. Jamie Spencer comes in for the ride. Last seen under Jamie when he finished in 4th to Hurricane Lane at Newbury back on the 16th of April in a condition stakes. That race was probably a bit more genuine, but he was 33-1 at the day, rated 98. Obviously, we'll come into that. I think that's quite too high a mark. I think for the horse coming on handicap debut, and the fact he's got to carry 9 stone 10 isn't going to help the cause really. But however, the last 2 winners of this race have carried near enough top weight, 9 stone 9. So really, there's 9 stone 10. I think it's going to be a bit too much to carry around here, especially on handicap debut. Mark Johnson can't do anything wrong at the moment. I mean, his horses are actually flying. He's got a horse here in this race called Keelan. Nice horse by Glen Eagles. Should be no problem getting the trip. Nicely drawn in stall 6. Again, another horse is making his turf debut. Last seen winning over 1 mile on at Southwell. On winning his maiden by 2.5 lengths. It was very impressive in doing it under Ben Curtis. He didn't do what a normal Johnston horse does and tends to go from the front and tries to burn off his rivals. He basically set off the pace beyond the leaders. He led over furlong out. He ran on and he won very easy. It wasn't the greatest of maidens, considering that the horse back in 6 was only rated 41. Arctic Emperor, again, that was of Archie Watson's there, back in 2nd. And he has come out again and been beaten again. He was beaten off on the 29th, a few days ago. He was beaten in the novice stakes there, class 5 over 1 mile. And should have really won it from the draw. He had a cracking draw. It was beaten by a horse called Regal Vega of another informed state of Andrew Baldings. Back in 4th there was a horse rated 76. So this horse is probably rated about 84 off the back of that one and stepping up in trip for the first time. He's coming in for 79, so I won't put myself past it. It's Keelan to run a big race. I mean, obviously, Francesco Guardo is the form horse in the race, despite what happened last year. We've got to take it on trust that obviously he's made that transition from 2 to 3. Oisin comes in for the ride again, so Oisin is pretty confident. But he's going to have to do something special to beat the likes of Keelan, Mark Johnston's here, especially having to give a stone at the weights. However, I'm not trying to talk myself out of backing Mark Johnston's horse. I mean, as I said, the yard are firing. But I just think this horse might have to be set off for 2nd place here behind Francesco Guardi, because I think Francesco Guardi could actually be a possible pattern horse going forwards for the rest of the season. The fact that the horse coming off the back of a 227-day layoff, which I don't think would inconvenience Johnston. Had a native road to win this race last year, first time out. So, yeah, I can't see no problem why Francesco Guardi can't win this race. There's a lot of exposed horses in the race, and he's not really exposed really enough to think that he can lose this. I think a 1 point win at 2 to 1 is a fair bet. I'll be bet 365. That's in the 115 at Newmarket. On to the 150. This is a Class 2 event. Again, a handicap over 1.5 miles, just a 6 go to post. I like the second favourite in this race, Global Storm. Now, before I get to this horse, we've got two Johnson horses here, Zabil Champion and Sky Defender. Obviously, out of the two, I think this is Zabil Champion. It's obviously the more progressive horse. Again, has won twice at Ripon this year, and it was last seen when stepping up to 1.5 miles in a 3-horse affair, when winning by a length and a quarter, 3/4 of a mark of 98. He beat a horse called Falak that day, or Willie Haggis's, of a mark of 105. So yeah, that would probably be Zabil Champion's probably mark 105 here, and comes in for 101. So the handicap hasn't been harsh with him. He's still given him another chance to probably pick another win off that mark of 101. Sky Defender's top rating is 104. Again, didn't run too badly. Went second to Victory Chime at Epsom over a mile and a quarter back on the 20th of April. That was a mark of 104, getting beaten by a horse of 98. Alfred Bouchard there back in third of mark of 87. So I think their Sky Defender could be a bit too high in the weights at this present time. I mean, I would probably have him rated about, obviously, about 100, about £4 lower than he actually is from last time out. He's coming into this on mark 104 again. I just think he's totally out of handicap, I think, on this race. As for previous winners of this race, I mean, John Gosling hasn't really clicked in this race over the years. He saddles here with Titori on Grand Bazaar, and again, not badly drawn. Won over the course and distance back on the 24th of September last year when beat a horse called Kalur off a mark of 91. I mean, if we look at Kalu's current thing, Kalur was 93 that day. Kalur is now right off mark of 85. So the way he beats him now, I would presume, again, Grand Bazaar could be obviously within the handicapper's grip at this stage in time. But he's probably rated about, I suppose, in the range of 87, 88. Comes in this on a mark of 97, a bit too high for me. And then we're going to have to go on to the bottom weight here. David Simcox horse here, D'Souza coming in for the ride on Rodrigo Diaz. A very nice horse by Golden Horn. It was definitely on the up and up. Last seen when he won his last 3 runs on the all-weather. Was last seen over in mile 6 when beat a horse called Shashenkov, who was rated 79 that day. And obviously that Rodrigo Diaz, obviously off the back of that run, will be rated 79. That was a 4-horse affair. Over this trip, however, over the 1.5 mile trip, we saw him win at Lingfield off a mark of just 59. And that's my concern. I mean, okay, the horse is an improver. It's a very open race, but this horse for me would have to, he's running this race on a mark of 83. I still think it's probably a bit more improvement now. He's not overexposed him on the back of the 3 wins, but I'm just a bit concerned about his turf form. So this will bring me to Charlie Appleby's horse here as a selection, and that is Global Storm. I think we can totally disregard the Maidan run when finishing 7th in a valuable handicap there. Didn't really get to grips with the race. I don't think the horse was placed well under Richard Mullin. And he's rated 93 that day, and he's due to drop a pound, so back to 92. This is the form line I like, actually. I mean, he finished 6th behind Zabil Champion over a mile and a quarter here on soft ground back on the 10th of July last year. Global Storm was rated 93 and Zabil Champion was only rated 83. So obviously we can see that Zabil Champion's obviously increased since last year by nearly £21. But Global Storm, however, I just think the horse was extremely unlucky. He was switched off at the back by William Buick. He made headway over 2 furlongs, stayed on at one pace in the final furlong. I think the soft ground went against the horse totally. This quicker ground, I think we should see this horse be better. He's a course winner over a mile and a quarter on good ground, quick ground. I've been for a mark of 87. That's where the form is. He's probably rated about 93, 94. Comes in with 93, spot on. I think he's less exposed of the other 5 horses in this race. So look at the price here. He's roughly 3 to 1. I think 1 point win at 3 to 1 and bet 365 is pretty reasonable. On to the 225. This is the Pretty Potty Stakes. The listed event over a mile and a quarter, just 8 go to post here, so we could probably look at a decent price here. But I'm not going to look around above anything really. I was quite taken with Willie Haggis's Sea Carrots, this lovely filly by Cedar Stars. I think she deserves to be 6 to 4 favourite for this, especially on the back of her only run she's had, which came at Newbury over a mile and a quarter. When I thought she was a very, very lucky horse when beaten half a length to a horse called Gloria Mundy of John Gosden's. So I think that's pretty good form. That's pretty set up here to probably progress from there. It says here in the form line here, lost place 4 out, not clear run from 2 out, switched right, well inside the final fun, had a run on game the other James Doyle. And she was 10 to 11 favourite to win that race. Tom Marquand comes in for the ride, which is fantastic news for me. He's currently 6 to 4. You can get 13 to 8 with William Hill, and you can even get as big as 7 to 4 with, I just find out who it is, with Paddy Power. You can get 7 to 4 with Paddy Power. And I'm willing to nap this horse, to be fair. So I think the 225 Newmarket is a 2-point win on Sea Carrots to land the Pretty Potty Stakes for Willie Haggis. On to the 3 o'clock. This is the Betfair Dahlia Stakes, the Group 2 event over 9 furlongs. Which is mile 1 furlong to you guys. I can't believe Queen Power is so short in the market. I'm very, very willing to have a little go at a little outsider here of Richard Hannon's here. William Buick comes in for the ride on a horse called Posted. Now, last seen here at Newmarket over the distance when finishing 5th of 12 in the Derby Stakes for mark 111. And again, as under William Buick, he found no extra in the close to home. That was on soft ground though. I think some of these horses have been running well enough, but the ground, I think, has been going against them. I think if it proved that, if we go back to his run before that at Sandown, when he finished a very, very good winner, beating a horse called Montatham of Willie Haggis. He was 16 to 1 that day, and he had Lavender's Blue back in 3rd. Back in 4th was a horse called Bless Him. And that form, I think, has been franked also. I think this form, this Darley's, is quite strong. Sorry, if we look here, if I can just get a horse up here, Bless Him. When I can finally get out. Yeah, here we go. Give me a second, guys. It's going to go gaga on me. Okay. Going to go back to the Sandown run. Okay, the listed event. Okay, I'm going to try and bring up Bless Him. So I don't think he's going to let me have it bring up. I don't think we're going to have much luck here. No, it's a shame really, because Bless Him has run an absolute exceptional race. I think he finished 2nd to Palace Pier. So I don't need to look at the form. Yeah, he finished 2nd to Palace Pier. And he had a cracking race as well. I mean, if he would have got out earlier, he would have given Palace Pier a bit more of a race, I think. But I think the fact that Posted has been running up against some good horses around this sort of sphere. I mean, I can't see no reason why the Montatham form is very strong, I think. And at 15 to 2 with 8 runners, I'm very happy to have a go with this horse of Richard Haddon's. I could look around the rest of the field here. 4 at Fraser, Queen Power. I don't think Queen Power deserves to be favourite. I don't think she's shown that enough for me. I think she's quite exposed. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm willing to go a half a point each way here on posted at 9-1 with Paddy Power. That's very, very generous of Paddy Power indeed. So we're going to a 340, which is the main event of the day, which is the quick go 1,000 guinea stakes over a mile. We've got 12 declared for the race. Very strong favourite in this for the O'Briens here in Santa Barbara. A nice filly by Camelot. I mean, I could see where the angle is obviously through Camelot. Only run came over a mile when winning a maiden when being a horse called Kailash by a very comfortable 2.5 lengths under Jamie Heffernan. And in lights, you could probably see this horse will get much further. I mean, on pedigree, I mean, I'd like to see if it can also get 1.5 quite comfortably. So yeah, Santa Barbara is definitely a worthy favourite, and Ryan Moore obviously comes in for the ride. I mean, he's got a good record, Ryan Moore, in this race with the O'Briens, and I think we could actually see O'Brien, the favourite, win this race, and he could do it quite well. But it's not going to be all plain sailing. I mean, he has got some good horses against him. I mean, I wouldn't put you off at all back in a horse of Richard Fires in this called Fed Rover. This horse, I think doesn't deserve to be 14-1 for me. If we go back to his last run at Longchamp, he finished 4th in the Group 1, pre-Marcel Boussac. When a horse called Tiger Tanaka. Now, he was rated 108 that day. I mean, Thunder Beauty was well back in 7th. Prior to had 2 good wins. I mean, he won at Deauville, winning the Prix du Calvados, the Group 2 over just shy of 7 furlongs. Got up by a neck of a mark of 104 under Kristen Sumion. And prior to that, ran in at Sandown over 7 furlongs when winning a listed event off a mark of 102 when beating Dubai Fountain. Star Emirati was back in 4th. So, again, I can't see why Fed Rover can't contain that form. I won't be surprised to see a big run from her, especially from a very good stall in stall 4. Looking around the rest of the race here, I mean, Saffron Beach didn't really impress me last time out. Sacred, yeah, okay, Sacred, again, Winnie Haggis, Chibi Park stud, Tom Marquand, very dangerous, these 2 combination. Beat Saffron Beach in the Nell Gwyn by 3 parts of a length, and to be honest, it quickened really well under Ryan Moore. Again, back in 5th there was Star of Emirati, and yeah, again, very strong form. The thing is, can Saffron Beach show the class that someone says she has? I mean, she stayed on very well all the way to the line, but obviously Sacred got first run. And I think both of these will get a mile. However, I'm gonna be ballsy here, and I'm gonna like to think that O'Brien could have a nice horse going forward this season with Santa Barbara. I can't see why not. I mean, she's potentially a horse that's going to get a 1.25 miles up to 1.5 miles. So we are expecting that she is, she's going to be good. It's just whether she can bring that maiden, because to other horses that have run in higher grades. But there's no reason why she can't do it. I mean, it's not going to be easy bringing one race. She's only run a maiden and expected to win a Group 1. It's a very gutsy move by her. And the fact is that she's been put in as favourite, 7-4 favourite. I mean, looking down the years, no horse has come into this race with only just one run since 2001. So they must think something of this horse highly. Alcohol free. I mean, Andrew Bourne is this. We tipped this up when she won. I thought she looked very, very smart when she did win over there at Newbury, when beat a horse called Statesman by Short Head. when landing the duty-free free stakes, which is the Fred Darling. Again, she had a tendency to hang when she was obviously when she was tackled again on the running. That would be a little bit concerned there. I don't think she's better on good ground. I think she was a little bit cut in the ground, which obviously the ground was watered at Newbury, so it probably helped her out a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to have a stab at 2 here. I've got no problem with that. I think my next best bet of the day will be Santa Barbara. I think a 1.5 win. What we've got a price of 7-4, 15 to 8 with Paddy Power. So Paddy Power has been very, very generous. 15 to 8 with Paddy Power, 1.5 win on Santa Barbara, and I'm going a little half a point each way here on Fev Rover at 14s. I think she could run a big race with Richard Fahey at a stall 4. So it's a half point each way on 14 to 1 with Fev Rover. On to the 4:15, which is a maiden race. And I like the looks here. I've looked at this race already, and I like Andrew Balding's horse here, Berkshire Phoenix. Icy Murphy in the plate. You're gonna have to bear with me, guys. I don't know if it's my internet or it's just that at the races, just the website doesn't want to work. Seen at Bath on debut over 5 furlongs when beaten just shy of 3 lengths, but it wasn't until the penny dropped late. He was beaten 6-4 favourite on the day under William Carver, who obviously rode a cracking race on Bell Rock today. And Andrew Balding's horses are in good form at the moment, so it might be worth sticking and get on the bandwagon with this horse here. Again, Mark Johnson has a horse in this race, Mind Dabawi, 5 furlongs. The horse will probably want obviously further than this, 7 furlongs to a mile. This is probably a learning curve for the horse, first time out. Richard Hand again's got a Secret Strength. I would never put anyone backing off a Richard Hand 2-year-old. Tom Marquand and Richard Hand won this last year with Threat. And Secret Strength could be very interesting here against the Berkshire Phoenix. I'm gonna do it again. You know it, didn't you? Can I see my mind being changed here? As for stats, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last 7 winners have won this race have come out winning for a first time of asking. We haven't seen a winner of this race since 2013 to have a benefit of run, and it's not really at the last 20. At the last, what we got in 15? Last 16 years, we've only seen 3 horses win this race. That have had a benefit of a run. So that was run within 2 weeks. So Berkshire Phoenix, you know, coming out here 16 days, taking on a first time out in Secret Strength. Yeah, no, I'm not going to change my mind. I was going to go for Secret Strength, guys, Richard Hannon's horse, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to the original bet. I'm hoping this Berkshire Phoenix, the benefit of the run is going to help. Yeah, and the fact the horse being set out after 2 weeks is even more enlightening. So it's Berkshire Phoenix, Andrew Balding, Austin Murphy. It's going to be a 1-point win at 3-1, bet 365. You know what Secret Strength going to win now? Won't surprise me at all. The 450, which is a Class 3 event over 1.5. I'm going to take on the very, very strong favourite here of Charlie Appleby's horse here, with Mark Johnson's horse here, Annadale. I think this horse has a possibility of at least making all here. I mean, last seen at Nottingham over 1.25 when doing exactly that. Always held up midfield, niggled along a headway over 2 furlong out, travelled well over 1 furlong out, neck close home, always doing enough. Was due to gut £5 to a mark of 83 for that. We'll come into this, extend it up to the mile and a half. It comes in mark for 85, so the handicapper hasn't been lenient at all on Mark Johnston's horse. So on that note, we could probably have a look at all four. I mean, Echo Point, I think it's just too short, 11 to 10. Yeah, okay, the horse might come out and scoot home, possibility. Ed Walker here has Parachute, Tom Marquand. I mean, Tom Marquand is definitely a jockey that does love small fields. Last seen at Redcar over mile and a quarter behind a horse called Contact. Rated 84, Contact 74. Again, he will come into this race off probably the same mark, 84. It's no guarantee that he's going to get that step up and trip for me, even though he's by Cedar Stars. And then we're going to look at John Gosling's horse here, Defined. I mean, Defined here is the most experienced horse this year. It said 4 runs, 1 win. That win came on the all-weather at Kempton off a mark at 80. Was put up at £3 at Newcastle and got beaten off a mark of 83. So so again, he's been put up to, he's off the same rate, 84. So I like to think Anna Dow here could win this race off a mark of 85. And the fact he's getting £3 from Echo Point, which is equivalent to about a length. Hopefully, Franny Norton and Mark Johnson can team up again and get another winner. That'd be a 2-point win at 15 to 8, guys. It's a 2-point win at 15 to 8. It's not a nap. It's just a 2-point win at 15 to 8. The final race of the day. If I was going to stick one out here, it's going to be Michael Bell's horse here in Illegal. William Buick for the ride. I think this horse could step up from 2 to 3. Michael, this is the Queen's horse, and it'd be great to see the Queen have a win at Newmarket. The fact that both stable and jockey are riding well, but Michael Bell has been in the doldrums for a couple of seasons now, but the yard have just started to pick up some nice winners, and they are getting winners. I mean, the form line is pretty good on Michael Bell at the moment. He's hitting a 21% strike rate, which, if you go back 2 seasons ago, this guy was only hitting about 9%, if you're lucky. I mean, he's at the moment on the let's have a look on the turf of the last 14 days. There's 3 winners, 5 placed, and 17.65% on his all-weather day. Oh, his weather, he's got about 50% strike rate. So his yard are definitely banging form again, which is great to see. It's great to see William Buick get on board. And I mean, I'm not going to go through anything else in the race because I don't really fancy anything in the race at all against him. I was up changing my mind again. So no, I'm happy to put this up at 1-point win with William Hill at 7 to 2, and that's Inveigle for Michael Bell. So that's completed the Newmarket cards. It's the only card I'm going to have a go at. Obviously, hopefully we have a better day than we did today. We need it. We need to claw that money back and hopefully get some profit in here. And hopefully it's big profit. So it's like now 10:15 at night. That's me done for the night. I'm going to go off to bed. Guys, if you can subscribe down the bottom here, I keep emphasizing this on there. Guys, try and reply to the podcast, yeah, because I do like to know your input. I do like to know what you put. I do like to know if you think this is shit, or you think you have another views, or you're enjoying the views. All feedback is well, and the criticism is taken on board. So, guys, thank you again. Have a good evening. All the best. This is On the Level Racing Channel signing out.